Welcome to the Mesozoic era. With warmer climates, milder seasons, and no ice, it's the perfect place for a getaway. In the Mesozoic, you will notice that it is a bit different than Earth today. In fact, it was a little bit warmer. Seasons weren't as harsh, sea levels were higher, and if heat isn't your cup of tea, during the later years, it did cool down while keeping the tropical climate. During the Mesozoic era, the climate stayed relatively warm. There were no glaciers or polar ice, resulting in the sea levels being higher. During the last period of the Mesozoic, the climate warmed very much. During this period of time, the equator and the poles had a somewhat similar temperature. It is assumed that global cooling occurred at the end of the Mesozoic era. This such cooling is assumed to have happened due to either an asteroid landing near the Yucatan Peninsula, volcanic eruptions near nowadays Pakistan, or a combination of the two. The sun would have been blocked by debris, resulting in global cooling.
One thing that had to be in the Mesozoic era for life to be was plants. Examples include conifers like redwoods, the tallest tree in the world, and pines, which have thick and scaly bark. There were flowering plants like magnolias, which are usually pollinated by beetles, and laurel, which don't lose their leaves in winter. Another was cycads, which look like small palm trees and don't produce flowers. Ginkgos, a type of tree known for their fan-shaped leaves, also populated the areas. They had pteridophytes, like ferns, which have 10,560 known species, and lycopods, which have microphyls instead of megaphylls. Seed ferns, which produce seeds instead of spores, were some of the oldest plants, and of course, grasses, which came at a later date.
With all that, there were life-like animals. They were mostly carnivorous, but they wouldn't hurt you unless you provoked them. The biggest dinosaur you would be able to see is called the Gigantosaurus. It was 40 to 43 feet long and weighed about 6.6 to 8.8 tons. Fun fact, it had 8-inch knife-like teeth. Another dinosaur/lizard you would see is Ankylosaurus. It weighed 8,800 to 15,000 pounds, and it stood roughly 5.6 feet tall. It also lived 83.5 to 66 million years ago. The largest one was 26.2 feet long. There was also a large sea monster that was 40 to 46 feet long. It also lived 93.9 to 66 million years ago. Fun fact, it was the largest marine animal.
When people hear the word time travel, they think of the time where there's a lot of dinosaurs and other living organisms. That was about 200 million years ago, though. The time tracer is a very safe piece of machinery, but there are times and places that it's not safe whatsoever. There's not much going around at that time except a lot of living animals and organisms. But one major thing that was a major death of almost all living things on the planet we now know, called Earth. It was said to be around 200 million years ago, but as long as you don't travel to that time, you'll be fine and have an amazing time. Because the last thing you want to do is to get hit by a meteor or burned to death in lava and die. Sorry, but it's fact.
But how is this all possible, you ask? Well, with science's technology thriving, all this can be true with the newest invention, the time tracer. With the time tracer, time is literally at your fingertips. Just press the switch on the side, dial back to your preferred time period, and boom! You travel through time and space to the era selected.